Yo, what's good, my fellow deadheads? Your overlord has returned. Today we're going to be covering the limited time Illusory Tower Floor 2 for April. I actually beat this one on my first try. No, I tried it with, hold on, let me full screen. I tried this with the team I basically used for floor 1, except for obviously Inumaki was right here and Gojo was right here, right? I tried that team with Yuta here instead of Gojo, and that team didn't work out because of a mechanic that the boss has. So I did have to switch up and put Incomplete Domain Megumi in here before we hop into the fight. We are going to go over what that mechanic is though. I usually don't do stuff like this, but for the limited towers, since they're so unique and it seems more like they try to put like little unexpected aspects into the fight, I actually do start to read this now just because it'll tell you some little extra things here. So you can see here, unleashes an attack that applies curse technique damage taken increase in dark status to targets. As the number of turns increases, applies forced withdrawal from combat after a certain number of turns to the target. Has a resistance to ranged attacks. So what that means is you're going to get later into this fight and the enemy is going to hit you and he's going to give you a debuff. It looks like skull and crossbones. That debuff means that whenever it hits 0, that character's health is instantly going to just be diminished. Whatever health they have is just going to be erased and they're going to be withdrawn from battle forcefully. That is what this debuff means. So that is why Inumaki did not really work for me in this fight, because Inumaki is more of a defensive character, and if by the time you're getting around to using his ultimate is not really that great of an offensive option. Another thing that makes this enemy very annoying is that whenever the enemy is not broken, he heals 3% of his HP every single turn, and he has a 15% chance to apply evasion to himself. So you guys are gonna see in this run that I have recorded, because I pre-recorded my run again, because you don't know how long you're gonna be recording these, and I already explained to y'all that I do not like to put really long recordings into Premiere Pro on my computer and edit them. So now I am min-maxing my experience here, and I am just recording my run that I went in, and then I'm coming back. And like literally, bro, if I lose too many runs before I win a run, I just delete all the video before it and then I just kind of keep going, because I'm not afraid to come into the video and tell y'all that I did beat this on my second try once I came in with the correct team. But after I beat it, I thought I was recording and I wasn't recording. God, I be having all the technical issues in the damn world. I literally thought I was recording, and then after I finished, I was like, yo, easy peasy clap on the first try with this team. And then I looked and I was like, where's the timer for recording? So yeah, I didn't record the first run, which was probably my best RNG, most excellent run, honestly. Not my first run with the correct team, but that was probably my best RNG run. It took me like 2-3 more runs to get it back locked in, but you're gonna see towards the end of the fight, it starts to kind of devolve a little into madness, because you're just kind of like, all right, you're kind of like at that point in the fight where you're just like, yo, we just got to kill this man at this point. So I'm gonna just start spamming skills. Also, whenever he uses his ultimate, he applies the force withdrawal combat effect after a certain number of turns to all enemies. So when he uses his, it's gonna get to a point where the fight's been going on for so long, when he uses his ultimate, everybody's gonna have the forced withdrawal effect. Now, there is one very special thing about the forced withdrawal effect. The only way to get rid of the forced withdrawal effect is if you are healed with reverse cursed energy. That is why Yuta is pretty much, it's Yuta or Shoko, but Yuta is going to be the best option for you, because Yuta provides good damage, he's type advantage, and he has reverse curse technique, right? So Yuta, when he does his reverse curse technique, you're going to notice that I'm spamming a lot of Yuta skills in the start of this fight, because I want to keep his curse energy low so he doesn't waste any heals at the start of the fight, because later on in the fight, whenever the enemy gives you continuous or forced removal, withdrawal, it takes 3 turns for that buff to count down. If Yuta heals before that happens, then everybody's forced withdrawal just disappears. And also, the enemy has to be not stunned to force you to withdraw, because the enemy has to do damage to you on that turn. So if you break the enemy, I don't know about stunning, but if you break the enemy on the turn that they are supposed to do the forced withdrawal, your character doesn't force withdrawal, because Yuta doesn't heal himself with reverse cursed energy whenever he does that, so he does not get rid of his own debuff. But I broke the enemy before Yuta was supposed to leave, and then Yuta got to stay. So if you have reverse cursed energy, or you can break the enemy before you get swiped away, basically. But these are the pages that I used here. Obviously, I have Mahito on the back just in case I need him. I actually did not need him for this run. So honestly, it'd be probably better to switch Rest for the Adults in an excellent shape, because an excellent shape just gives you cursed energy straight up. If you were in an event where Mahito did have to come out into the fight for you, then it would be better to have a page on Mahito that's gonna not only allow him to boost his cursed energy, but also you're gonna need a page that allows him to boost his HP as well if he does get put in a situation like I did in the first floor where he's the last unit left and you just need to make sure he survives so he can do his ult one more time. But that is mostly the strat and kind of like team breakdown. Let's take a look at the skills real quick just so y'all know. Yaga and Kaito were already in my last video, and I kind of went over their skills and everything. You already know Mahito as well because Mahito is in the back line. All of the 8 skills of Mahito, this always performs well enough for me. I absolutely need to be getting his... So I realized you don't even really need to level his ultimate too much because it deals HP proportional to damage to all enemies based on their target, based on their HP. Means that I thought the wording of this was more like deals HP proportional to like... I thought it had an actual percentage. I thought it was like 15% of enemies like HP is damage, but no, it just says proportional. So like this will be the same no matter what level the ultimate is at. I can have a level 1 Mahito ultimate. All it changes the initial damage I do to the enemy when I hit them at first, which could still be useful in a fight that the enemy is weak to green. But literally Yuta, all of his skills are level 10. Yuta came in, like, you got access to Yuta probably like 3 weeks after you would have had access to Blue Gojo, right? So I feel like those are 2 characters that people were probably working on the skills for mainly at the start of the game. So my Yuta skills are all level 10, no problems there. My Megumi, as soon as I got him, I shot his ultimate up to level 10. I didn't boost any of his other skills, but then eventually I got the rest of them to level 8 just because, you know, the domain is the most important. And then I definitely need to get this skill up to level 10 because I can boost this from 93.9% to 6.7%. So more than 100% damage taken, a little tiny bit over 100% damage taken, maybe like 100.3 or 100.4 something percent damage taken. So I definitely need to work on that skill 1 with Megumi. But those are only 2 new characters on the team, Megumi and Yuta. But I'm gonna switch over to the recording now so we can take a look at it and see what it looks like. Usually when you hop into a video, if it's anything of this nature, the video is like, as soon as I hop into the video, you hop into the video, it's me saying, all right guys, so I had to look up a video on blah blah blah, now I know how to do this, so let's do this real quick, right? And I'm just spreading the word. No, these are just Deadman's teams initially, Deadman's attempts, Deadman's runs. Even if somebody else and I'm not discounting and saying that people are not putting these teams together, because this is a very easy team to put together. It makes a lot of sense, right? But if anybody else made these teams as well, a content creator or anything like that, yo, congratulations, GG. I'm just giving myself my pat on the back because I made these teams on my own. I did not look up any videos or anything, and I've just been figuring out these bosses. So I feel like once your characters are strong enough, it's easier for you to do that. But you can see here the first minute and 48 seconds are skipped. That's because the run I did right before this one, Kaito died in like turn 3. But let's go ahead and give this a play right here. So you're gonna notice that while I'm going through this fight right here, it's really annoying because there are a lot of times whenever the boss is going to just be dodging you straight up. And guys, I'm using Kaito's skill 3 on the first turn because I've tried to come in here and save my cursed energy for the first turn multiple times, and literally those 2 on the side will steal your cursed energy. So then eventually Kaito will just have no cursed energy because it gets sapped, and then you get to turn 2, and then all of a sudden you still can't use your cursed energy recovery. So pretty grimy how they move, so you gotta just go ahead and just go full throttle from the start. So I went with Kaito's buff, Yaga's buff, and I tried to, I think, stick to the AoE with Megumi. And also, you're gonna notice a lot that I'm using Yuta's most expensive skill like every turn. That's because I'm trying to keep Yuta below 10 cursed energy whenever my turn ends, because if you're above 10 cursed energy and somebody else on your team is 30% HP or below, then Yuta is going to heal, and Yuta can only do that 3 times. So you want to be very crafty and very smart about how you are, placing out your heals, because in the first part of this fight where the enemies are not forcing you to disappear, it doesn't really matter. Once you get to a point where the enemies give you the force withdrawal effect, you saw Yuta just missed his whole like strong attack right there. Cool, Yuta's energy got sapped away as well, so that helped a lot. But then Yuta literally got energy back anyway from Kaito and still ended up wasting a heal right there. So that's a wasted heal because the boss did not put a debuff for a force withdrawal on anybody yet in this run. Okay? So we got another miss with Yuta here. Very unfortunate because Yuta is really the only one doing damage for real. You can see they both let their ultimates rip. Yuta does another heal which is unfortunate because that means we only have one heal left, but we do not have that force withdrawal debuff yet. So at this point, we would only be able to clear that off of all of our other units besides Yuta one time in battle. And the boss can keep putting that shit on you. That's the worst part about it. Once you get rid of the debuff, he literally hits you again. He can just give you another debuff of that every time. Cool. Force withdrawal debuff from combat. That's what that just said that Megumi just got. But everybody has their ultimates now, so I thought to just go ahead and use Kaito's ultimate, and then use Megumi's ultimate as well, and use Yuta's ultimate all in one fell swoop, so that I could not only, 1, get rid of the 2 mobs on the side, but 2, go ahead and get inside of Megumi's domain, and 3, go ahead and just get the boss as close to possible to breaking. And when I was recording this, I actually was not sure that breaking the boss would stop the debuff's effects as well. But I've been in runs, it makes sense though, because I've been in a run where the boss did do it to like the front 3 characters on my team, and literally when he did it, it was on his turn, and he had like a little motion or something whenever he did it. So I know the boss has to interact with you to do it. So everybody just got force withdrawal from battle. Yuta just instantly healed them with reverse curse technique, and everybody in the front line just lost their first force removal from battle debuff. So that's why you want to make sure you're saving your curse energy with Yuta in the start of this fight, because it is going to be very, very integral to you getting past not this turn but the next 3 turns, because after 3 turns is up, everybody would just auto die. But you can see Yuta still has the debuff and he has 2 turns left. Now Yuta has 1 turn left, so that means next turn, if I do not break the boss right here, Yuta absolutely just dies. No exceptions. So we're gonna use the skill 1. I don't even know what I was contemplating there. We're using the skill 1, and then we're using the skill 3 just because the boss is already by himself, so we're just trying to get as much damage out as possible. We break the boss, so then when the turn comes around, boom, the debuff goes away and the boss can't do anything to me to, you know, fully, which is weird because it's a debuff. You think the debuff would just kill automatically, but instead, and there I'm just showing I still can't get my ultimate, but instead it seems that the boss has to interact with the debuff that they set on you. So it feels more like a time bomb. It feels like the boss sets that debuff on you, so on 1 turn he can just swing at you and that debuff causes it so that his hits are just instant kills. But instead we survive it because we break the boss, and then we take 2 more turns, and then the boss never even woke back up again because we got on that ass super quick. But guys, that is my run of floor 2 of the limited April tower floor. We still have like 27 days of this being out, so this might be today is, I don't have a watch on. Today is Wednesday. This might be the last run that I upload for Wednesday, and I'll maybe drop 2 more tomorrow, or I'll try to drop 2 more tomorrow. But guys, that is it for the run against limited floor April 2. That sounded random. But if you guys did enjoy, go down below and leave a like. Also hit the notification bell. Also subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified every single time Deadman drops a video and brings you the knowledge. You remember that old commercial with that dude Ty Lopez? Anyway, then also you can comment down below and let me know what you think of my strats. Do you have a better strat? Like literally, bro, this is obviously a YouTube video, but this is more like a forum, in my opinion. Like, this is me putting up this is my conversational piece. What teams are you guys using for floor 2 or the limited tower in general? Boom, I throw it up, then all of a sudden a bunch of people are allowed to just come and freely comment under my videos like, oh, I use this team, this team, this team, I use this team, this team, this team, you know? So it's like people can come together and talk about the teams they use if they've already beaten this. Also, that would be very helpful because I know everybody does not spend in the game. I know some people are free-to-play players, some people are casuals, and these are actually, now that I'm actually getting into them, they're not that hard, but that's easy to say when your account's like cracked, right? But even still, I think that the limited floors are a little easier than the regular floors because the regular floors just kind of overwhelm you with ridiculous amounts of stats, whereas I feel like the limited floors just have little gimmicks to them, and once you can figure out the gimmicks, you can get past them. But hopefully you guys don't have any trouble with this floor. And again, I will say it all the time, if y'all are looking for a free-to-play comp for beating these floors, y'all know damn well y'all can go to Lord Slug, Red Panda Gaming, or YJ Max or something like that, bro. I am not the free-to-play strat guy, dude. I am the dude whose strats just work by chance because he made all his characters sweaty. So it is what it is, man. Hopefully y'all guys enjoy. The Dead Man loves you. Peace out.